Welcome to today's video, guys. This is episode 5 of the R32 GTR engine rebuild and teardown process. So in today's video, we're going to be removing everything on the hot side of the turbos. We're going to take off all the oil and water lines, just get everything disassembled on this side of the block. I got to start with taking off the engine slinger and the heat shields, and we'll work our way down. This is going to be a really big treat. I've removed the turbos on this car and installed them twice, so to have the space and all the extra ease of doing turbo removal with the engine sitting on a stand in my garage I'm pretty excited to do it. It's a nice warm day out. I got the garage cracked open. The sun's kind of been shining through the clouds, so I'm just gonna be out here chilling. That's all I'm gonna have time for today because it's Valentine's Day. So I already went shopping for my wife. I picked up some salmon and some vegetables to cook for dinner, so that's what I got to start here in a couple hours. So I only have about 2 hours to strip these turbos off. And if you guys like this kind of content, smash the thumbs up button and consider subscribing to the channel. Let's get into it. Like any beautiful lady, what we're going to do is we're going to start on the top and we're going to work our way down. So we're going to start by disassembling all these water lines, heat shields, and we can start getting to the bolts and everything for the manifolds and then getting this stuff off. I imagine I can get it done in about an hour. So while we're here, before I start taking everything apart, I wanted to show you guys kind of how the turbos work. So you've got your oil and your water lines. Oil's up front, water's in the back. Your oil line feeds into the turbo, goes back around, goes into the top, which you can't really see, it's right back there on the top. And after it goes through the turbo, it drains out right here and back down into the oil pan. Same thing on this side, oil drain out of the pan. You got your water line also right here, which goes up to this big T and then back to this connector and back around behind the block through these brackets here. So kind of a hokey pokey bunch of water lines. I'm definitely going to be simplifying things. I'm going to be getting rid of the return nipple, kind of like what Tommy F. Yeah does, and cleaning everything up because I'm going to be going single turbo. And I'm working on the stuff here. I went back to just removing the wide angle lens because the detail of the camera was definitely not as good, and I ordered myself a semi-professional high definition camcorder. That's coming. Show these real quick too before I get too far. I had them off the car, but I put them back on. So this is the front turbo bracket. That's what it looks like. It goes down to the bottom part of the block there, kind of by the drive shaft, and then it just connects to the under part of the turbo, to the downpipe. And here's the rear one. The rear one's curved right down to the block, comes up to the downpipe. And this is what keeps your turbos from sagging as the car gets really hot when you're doing some heavy pulls and lots of runs and high temp stuff, so those are necessary.
I don't have friends, I got family.
So we got 19 and 17 millimeter sockets for the oil water lines. you guys didn't see the engine removal video, I'll have links in the description down below with some tags up on the upper right hand corner of the screen. I did a video of removing the timing belt if you guys are curious how that looks on the RB26, as well as taking the camshafts out and HKS valve covers. Last week's episode we got the engine up on the stand and got the clutch removed and disassembled and everything. If you guys want to see the process for that, I'll have a link in the description for all those videos if you want to get caught up to speed here. Okay guys, so now that we've got the main water lines off the turbos and the oil water lines disconnected, I'm going to start on removing the heat shields. So we'll get those off and then we'll have access to all the turbo nuts and hardware and everything, and then we can just unbolt those and pull them straight off. Super simple. So much easier to do outside of the car versus inside of the car. All this stuff was just a nightmare trying to get crow's feet and stuff down here because you had the side of the engine bay just basically right there. You just had no space. So yeah, this is awesome. Alright, so here we go. Now that we have the covers off, that basically reveals everything that we need to get to. So we're going to go ahead and loosen up all these nuts, and then we can slip these away from the car. Make sure you get the, can't remember exactly what that's called. It's basically like a washer that holds it in place. Make sure you don't drop those and lose them. We're going to need those later for the 6-boost manifold or the Spectrum manifold we're doing. Well, I remember what that little washer piece is called. It's called a yoke. To get the nuts off of, just from the top using a gear wrench, I'm basically just cramming my hand down below here in front of the compressor housing and just putting a finger on that gear wrench to keep the wrench on there and just twisting them all off one by one. That's how I did it when I did it the last few times, and it works fine. Tomeis are much harder to work with if you have OEM manifolds. Those are far easier. You have so much more reach and accessibility, but this will all just come off in one piece, and I'll have this one off here in just a minute. And once you get them loose enough, I'm just got a finger crammed underneath down here. I'm going to twist them off, and this one's going to probably fall, but I'll be able to get it. Taking off this compressor inlet. I'm pretty excited. I got a ultra rare poster. This is a Kansai service poster. I think I'm saying that correctly. This is from 1993, so it's period correct. And I just thought that, hey, since I've got a silver R32 GTR, why not have a period correct poster to go up in the garage. So I gotta find a spot where I want to put it. I don't want it to have I don't want it to be close by the windows because I don't want the sun to cause it to fade anymore. And I picked this up from Stateside Garage. Andrew, he deals in just super rare import stuff that he gets from Japan. I also got a few other newer posters. I'll just lay them out real quick and show you. One's a top secret, and I can't remember what the other one is. Hold on. I got this one. It's a two-sided top secret poster. So it's got the R35 GTR and the ultra rare top secret gold, and to set a world record for them. I don't know if it's a world record, but their top speed around high speed ring was 377 kilometers per hour. So that's pretty fast. Here's the other side of that poster. 331 kilometers per hour, December 24th, 2013. So it's a little bit older record, but I like the look of the silver car. What do you guys think? What side should I do, silver or gold? Let me open up the last one. The last one I have is a SARD Racing Super poster, which I thought was pretty cool. Looks really nice. It'll be cool out here in the garage. Let me know what you guys think. He's got some cool stuff. I got the banners up here on the wall from him. I got these posters from him. And I'm going to probably end up spending more money because I love the stuff that he has. It's just stuff that's hard to find around here. But yeah, lots of cool, good looking posters. If you guys want to get some, like I said, Stateside Garage, I have a link in the description. Okay, now the turbo will just come out and away. Okay, so we can see we've got the front turbo off here. And this helps with accessibility to the rear turbo to get back there, to get my hands underneath. So I like to always take the front one off because I can always twist those nuts and yokes and everything off a little bit easier. But yep, that's the Nissan block. Model number is 05U, so it's just a standard block, not an N1 or anything like that. But yeah, let's get these nuts off and get this last turbo off. All right, I'm just going to start removing the brackets for the power steering as well as the air conditioning. Get all this stuff stripped down. And I'm going to be using my Milwaukee. I think it's really cool that after 30 something years that all those bolts, the zinc is still on there. You guys will have to let me know in the comments down below if my rate of flow and attention to detail, if you guys don't want to see all this stuff, I apologize, but for me, for somebody who is going to do this stuff, I like to see everything in the most intricate amount of detail possible. So the last few things we're going to remove today is the oil and water lines. We're going to take all these old style lines off, and that'll be the end of today's video. Got to get inside and cook my wife dinner for Valentine's Day, so I'm kind of out of time, but the turbos are sitting out here. They're down here on the floor, so they're off. And I've got all my different brackets and accessories. Like I was saying, the zinc on these still looks really good after 30 years. I'm gonna send them all out, get them all restored anyway to, what is it, new JDM. Or if you guys are curious what side of these T's outputs what, the smaller line here is oil, so if you trace it down, it goes to this. So this is your oil T, and it comes back around to this side, goes to the small one. So that's our oil. This one here is our coolant. Yep, smell it just to verify. So this is the coolant T on the right and the oil outlet T on the left. That way when I put it back together, that's more of a mental note for myself. So when I'm rerouting my oil and water lines for my single turbo, I don't screw it up. I'm gonna take a second just to get these turbo brackets off. I want to give you guys a quick pointer too. So if you're installing your turbos and you drop one of the nuts or the little yokes off of the studs, look down here on the drive shaft. So you can easily see I got two of the yokes just sitting there. So if you guys are doing your install, your stuff is going to probably fall and sit along the bottom of the block there on that little lip, or fall down right there, and you'll just have to reach up and get to it underneath. All right, this is a 17 millimeter here. This came off really easy. It's like, I don't know, 10 foot-pounds maybe of pressure. You can easily see there, this is covered in oil, so you know that that outlet is oil, just like I was showing you guys before. Let's get the last one off. I'm excited to get AN fittings and AN lines and get away from all this factory oil water lines. It's just, I don't like these. They just look like there's too many contact points and too many different connections to leak. Hey, more coolant. Last thing I want to do to finish up tonight, I want to take off the front oil drain here for the drain return line from the turbo. So I'm going to get that off, and then I want to take the rear one off as well. I'll spray a little PB blaster on it to help loosen it up. I've already kind of been working on it a little bit, but this looks like it's pretty corroded into position. So I don't have a wrench bigger than 22 millimeter. This looks like about 24, maybe 26. So I'm just using a adjustable end wrench, giving a little whack with a hammer. I'm not forcing it real hard. I'm trying to go gentle with it since this is kind of rusted into the cast iron block and it's been here for over 30 years. More PB in there. Only made it about a half turn so far. Now I can do it by hand. It's loose enough. But everything's come off pretty easy. I haven't had any issues with anything being stuck or seized, which is nice, which makes me believe my car was, for most of its life, stored inside, because I don't see a lot of heavy rust or corrosion on the iron block. There we go. Well, let's get this oil drain off. It comes off easy. Still has the freshest ink on that hardware too. Give it a little whack. There we go. Paper gasket was kind of stuck in the spot there. But that is pretty cool. Look at that block, is completely just stripped and bare. So yeah, here's the model number 05U head, which is a stock head. RB26 block made in Japan. There's the oil inlet drain back to the block. 05U block, which is a standard block which came in the engine or in the car for the year that it was made. Nissan model number or serial number 13142, so 13,142 of assembly is what I would guess. Which means that should be somewhat close to what production my car was total in the production line of Skyline for 1991 is 13,000 all the way from the very first car that came off the assembly line in 1989. That would be my guess. Don't quote me on that, I might be wrong. You guys let me know. But yeah, I would say this all looks pretty clean. Only place I see a little bit of corrosion is on the outside here, so I would guess that the water pump was probably leaking on the outside, causing a little corrosion there to the paint. But everything looks nice to me. So, I'm just gonna wrap things up out here tonight. I'm gonna clean up all my parts, get everything organized, get the floor cleaned again so all that stuff doesn't soak in and get gross. Got a bunch of coolant and stuff down here. and a little bit of oil. So get this all scrubbed up. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know if you guys got anything in this video down below in the comments. If you like what you saw, give the video a thumbs up. It helps the channel. And subscribe. Every little bit you guys can do to share the video is going to help rebuild the RB26. I want to do either a Nitto or an HKS stroker kit. We're going to go single turbo on E85. It's going to be a pretty big build. I want to make somewhere around 600 wheel plus horsepower to 700 wheel, somewhere in there. So I figured we've already done DR500s and DR600s, and I've driven a car that has HKS 2530s. I want to take it to the next level. I got to go beyond twins, and single is going to be the way to do that. Thanks for watching today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I enjoyed my time out here in the garage, and hopefully you can see the RB26 and kind of all these little hot side of the turbo in great detail. I hope that helps you. So that's kind of my whole vision of this channel, is to give somebody like myself and like you guys on the other end, if you've never done this, I want to give you guys the best, most detailed quality content possible so you guys can envision everything in your mind, and it'd make it that much easier of a job for you. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.